Things to notice when you first come inside a real estate building. There's a few other suggestions, but I'm going to start with a couple of my own right from the beginning. When you first come into a building, or even as you approach, what are the entry points and what are the exit points? How can you get in? How can you get out easily? When you actually enter the building, look up. See what's up towards the ceiling, in corners, things like that. You're looking not just for safety reasons, but also to notice the lighting, the ceiling, things along that lines. Sometimes people forget to look up when you first enter a building. All right, let's look at a few of their suggestions from other people. Look at the front door and doormat. Okay, I can see that. Smells. This isn't something that you see, obviously visual, so we're using all the senses here. What does it smell like when you first come into the building? I've gone to places and was immediately turned off by the smell of certain animals, let's just say. All right, what does it say? Look at the floors. You're looking for dirt or pet hair, especially if you are, say, like me, allergic to certain animals, especially cats. Cats, really bad, right? You're also looking, especially when you come to someplace new, you know where you're going, both up and down, right? You're looking for uneven flooring, holes even, uneven ground, not just, things that are not level, but, in case of stairs, is it going up? Is it going down? Is there, from one room to another, is the floor one higher or lower than the other? Especially when, it's a new place, to make sure you don't trip. Extra little tidbit there. Let's say look at surfaces for dust and stains. That could tell you how long it's been since somebody's been there, or things that have been going on in the building. Look at the windows. Look for smudges on the windows. Again, I can tell you how long it's been since somebody's been there, potentially what they've been doing. That's another one of those things where you're looking at the physical, not just layout, but impact of physics on the building. And that would be coming from nature, right? Are there cracks in the windows, right? Animals, whether they be pets or regular outside animals, right? Or humans, what have humans done? There's all kinds of horror stories. One house in particular, all kinds of bad signs when we first went in, right? Like holes in the floor. Yes. So watch out for that. Holes in the wall. Where do those holes come from? Is it because one human pushed another human into the wall? It didn't happen to me, but I know that that's how that happened. What is that? We're talking about the property and not the people. It's not the people and what happened. It's now, why is that hole in the wall of this building? What's going on here? Right? All right. They say couch cushions. If you're looking for a house, it may not be quote unquote staged, so there may not be couches with cushions, right? That is something to look out for, if that does exist. Clutter, again, if you're a home buyer or a real estate buyer and you're coming in, it may not be staged, set up so it can be viewed. That's what staging means, basically. So there may not be a whole lot of clutter, right? You're looking at that to, especially for a new place, to make sure you don't trip. but it tells you a lot about what's happening to the property itself, right? What's going on in the property. It's about the property, not the people. What's going on with the property, right? And if you're going to buy that, the clutter should be gone. They should take all of their personal property with them and make sure they do, right? If you're trying to get their personal property, if it's not attached to the property, which would make it a fixture, that would be a separate bill of sale just for the personal property. Don't try and, I mean, you can try and include that with like a loan if you're doing a mortgage. But a lot of mortgage lenders will not do that because you're packaging personal property with, the real property, the house, the land, and everything that's permanently attached to it, right? All right, their next suggestion is bathroom. They say the sink. That's a kitchen. Let's see if we can find a bathroom. Here we go. Open the cabinets. Again, you're looking for animals and insects, dead or alive. So if you get a chance to look through cabinets, that's something that I would do. Windowsills. Again, dirt. That's not a windowsill. Let's see. Here we go. Windowsills. Again, you're looking for dead insects and dead animals or the presence thereof. That might tell you something about the property itself. Right, something to look at. Again, whether you're trying to buy or rent, which I suppose these would apply even if you're doing a leasehold situation where you're renting someplace, whether it's a house, an apartment. If it's a town home or a condo, you're actually most likely going to be buying that, right? A condominium, you're buying the inside, right? And then you have access in common with the common elements. And a townhome, you get the inside, the outside, and the land, but not the airspace above. Unlike buying a regular, single family piece of real property where it is the land, the house that's attached to it, and then, at least in South Carolina, all the way, the airspace above it, all the way to infinity. Of course, government can come in and override that, but that's a different discussion. All right, lighting. Yeah, that's pretty important. Let's look at some of these lighting fixtures here. Things in the ceiling, the bathroom. You don't necessarily have to go in and turn on every light. Again, if you're buying a piece of real estate, an inspector can do that to make sure all that is coming on and off. I do like this ceiling. That's actually pretty nice. That's not the lighting, that's the ceiling, but that's why you look up, right? Again, we talked about cabinets, opening those. Closets, just open up and look inside and see what's going on. It might not be as big a concern if you're doing new construction, but you might want to do that anyway. Make sure they work. Do the doors work? Do the cabinets work? Drawers work? It's up to you, right? All right. So other things to look at, of course, if it's like a townhome, condominium, single family dwelling, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, of course. What's the symmetry there? 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. Do they match? That's what I mean by symmetry. Things like HVAC, that's the thing that heats the house, right? Garage space, sheds, things along those lines. Again, watch out for your physical safety, looking around, up and down, especially in unknown places. When you go outside, watch out for those tree limbs.